I said there, but I wasn't done, I realized. So I made this, which is cool. Is there a way to like full screen this maybe? Nope. Window, view, fit on screen. There we go, that's good enough. So I realized the nucleus was approximately here. Let me just go to the thing now. I'll just go back and forth. Approximately here, the center of the nucleus. So it probably had layers also. Like it wasn't just one single thing, but it probably had like a core, and then maybe even like a space between the core, like it does over here, around it. So it maybe had a space, had a core, and then it had an outer ring that was here. So this is actually part of its outer ring. Interesting. Also, I noticed this current, so it's coming in here, which is going up the coastline between North America. It's going up here past Papua New Guinea, I guess. It's a little confusing with this. It seems like this. Like initially it was cutting around Papua New Guinea. I wonder if this is some way related. It does kind of have a Papua New Guinea looking curvature right there. Maybe as it moved, it just had a little imprint there, and that's all. But nothing too exciting. But the flow generally, I think, was just cutting directly into the core, like right in this way. While this flow is cutting in tangentially this way. I guess it's... yes, dudes. It's cutting this way. It's running into the wall of the nucleus. So it's essentially deflects around, but it doesn't. Its force is like going into the wall of the nucleus until it actually cuts into this space. Which is why it kind of just like then it's in here and it's flowing around as well as here. So I guess it mixes like the two currents flow, which causes a flow this way. Let's see. So there's a flow inside this little like inner tube section of the core, around the core. That's just this way and that way. Maybe let me hit file new. Creates. Let's see if this works. Nope. Okay, let me find that base image. Oops. Let's make a copy over there. Okay, let's maybe make that a bit bigger. Pardon me. Not to hide all the details, but it... Okay. So let's go ahead and use this. So we know for sure we got a flow coming in this way. And then that color's pretty bad. It was just, that's the problem. It's kind of hard to choose colors over all these colors. But that's okay. Maybe... green, I found, is not, since it's not one of the colors, it's probably a good one. So we'll just color right over top it. So this is coming in this way. This is a large current coming in this way. Big old current just sweeping across here. that that I guess makes its way through, but also like goes straight through. So it kind of goes through this way. And then this here hits the wall. So let's put a ring. I should use a different color. Let's just use a different color. Okay. Let's use a different color. White's nice. It's kind of good in here too, I found. Okay, so white. Let's just go ahead and say something like that. Is like the original nucleus. And it has a ring structure to it like this. So it's all like in here. And then also the actual nucleus here. And so then this current manages to get in, so it's deflecting around and coming around this way. But it's also going through here, and it manages to get in. So I guess I didn't draw this ring right, but it managed to get in. And through here, it manages to get in. And so the currents for sure are going to do one of these kind of things, where they come around and don't. And probably one of these kinds of things where they branch like this way. Have like a resistance. So then they're probably going to go through here, like side by side, run into resistance again, and tend to curve this way. So this side's going to do one of these things, where it probably hits resistance even and follows that way. Let's go back a little. Where it probably hits resistance, flows back, follows this way, resistance flows back, and just basically does this until it gets in there. Whereas this one would hit the nucleus as well, go around it. I don't know if I drew it going around it. Did I draw it going around it? I just drew it going through it. Would it just go straight through it? It would do both, probably. Let's continue with that it goes straight through it, because that kind of makes sense to me. Because it's like dividing the cell. It does also follow the curvatures down here, which is good. That suggests it's kind of in the right path. Then it goes around, and basically there until there seems to be maybe like a double nova. So maybe that's what's going on. Let's change this color to like this purple, and maybe a little dark. I don't know. Sometimes the dark shows up, sometimes it doesn't. Maybe like this thing here, and this thing here. Just an idea. I don't know if I'm being unreasonable with that, but but let's go ahead and just make a new one. Paste. Cool. Do that again. I like just making that 23. Do I want to actually make a new one though? Okay, let's go ahead and make a new one. And we can use white probably. White is a good outer shell portion. So let's go ahead and draw the ammonite. Pardon me. Pardon me. Ammonites. goes out an outlet there. Also, I think we can kind of, it also kind of goes this way. So maybe there's like there. There's something to that aspect where it doesn't have to go that way. Like if I go here, so let's just finish the ammonite real quick. Here, oops. Here, here, here. Let's go underneath that a bit. And underneath that a bit, and there, essentially. So there's the ammonite. And then let's draw the ammonites. What's a good color? Orange is good. Like a. Let's say that. Let's just go ahead and. So here's the nucleus, or maybe. Let me pick another color first, or maybe I'll draw one of these. I want to get the color down somewhere. Let's just circle this one. Here's a nucleus. And then, let's just follow it. So there's a nucleus. Here's a nucleus. Mind you, there's currents cutting across here. So I talked about that in my other video. They're cutting across in the magnetic field. I'll just quickly... Here, they're cutting across like this. So they're cutting this way, but initially they're cutting more this way, like at least this way, just this way, and then this one, rather than cutting in an X, that's what's going on. It's not just that they're like down here they managed to actually be in an X, which then probably is what fuels this. But up here, they're not crossing in an X. They're crossing here, and then they're crossing like twice. And it's creating that structure that I drew where they go like around it. This green, the green current, not really an X. But down here they become an X, so I guess it's just imbalanced in some way because of the currents, and it causes it to decay rapidly in an ammonite fashion where it wouldn't necessarily have. Like it could just nova in a like sphere or a circular radius. But these things are not doing that. They're doing oblong, like eye shapes again, the eye shape again, which maybe is indicative of something. But like I notice also here, let me just draw it, I'll erase it here. Maybe even to here is like a little one, which is interesting. Like within the bigger one there's a little one there. Pardonnez-moi, s'il vous plaît. Merci beaucoup. J'entre dans la salle de classe. J'enlève mon chewing gum. Je parle place. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But we can kind of see this goes. It's a little hard because I drew into it. Let's go pull the map up again to get an idea. Because I noticed like here, it looks like they're out here. So maybe I'm not quite drawing this right. Okay, for sure, let's draw this one. It comes here. This looks to be one here. So maybe like this white should have gone more out there. And this also looks to be one, I don't know. But here maybe, right there. And then just like the opposite, like there. There. There probably. Maybe like that. It's hard to see again, so maybe let's just do like a dot, 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 and kind of come over here to where we can find some stuff. We see some curvature here. Let me zoom in. No reason not to, I guess. That's a little big, a little too pixelated. Okay, there we go. That gives us some more clarity. Let me make sure you guys can see. Okay, I'll move it over that way some. Okay. And gals. I know I say only guys a lot. It's because I am shy with women. Truly. This one actually has a more of a spiral shape there. But let's just do like that. For fun, let's leave the spiral. And then here. Maybe. It's hard to see in all this. But I think I saw some earlier that were like here. Like there. There's one, there's one. Also, here's one. Which probably like participates in creating that boundary zone. It looks like we can see them spiraling here, like choo, 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 choo. Sure, why not? Let's do that. Maybe that. Maybe that. Maybe that. Maybe that. It looks like maybe this up here is some reason. And maybe also this for some reason. And this or this maybe. I mean, I'm just guessing at this point. It's too subtle. But this looks like maybe like the spiral endpoint, or which has like a yin yang. I should have done that one in another color to really capture it. Green, I like green. Green seems nice. Green captures the balance between the positive and negative. Just like so. And then let's go back to this though. And it looks like here's one. And maybe here's one up here that's like spiraling off that way. We can also see one here, so let's go ahead and do that one. And let's just say these are ones up this way. It's hard to see, but there's some curvatures in there. This is probably part of one. Probably part of one. Let's see over here. We can see more curvature here, so we can keep going this way, probably around here, like right here. Right here again. That's maybe this. I don't know. I might be combining two. It looks pretty big. This maybe. This maybe. I don't know. This is just. Let's get some currents in here. Maybe like a nice teal. So the currents were coming in this way. And this way. And this way in bulk. So this top section where I'm not really able to find these like centers is probably because there was a current just cutting across here. Which means this section is probably very like dendritic in nature. Oops. Wow, dudes. There's also down here. Maybe let's get some more. Let's get some more. And doodads, pardon me. And hopefully a specific doodad. What can I say? I have my motivations. That's for sure. Part of the problem, though. Part of the problem. Okay, we have spiraled this thing into the, wait. Let's get that red for that. Nice channel flows. Probably I'm just guessing in there, but I probably shouldn't have done that whole length. Let's just do what I can actually know. I'm just guessing it's probably there. But then like this way too. Oops, let's get that first one out, because it's actually this current, so it's actually this current is what's happening. And it probably cuts along here. And then when it hits this current, it probably kind of dissipates into like a little tail in like this way. And maybe this one does a similar thing, or it kind of goes like this way. Let's see. I thought I had that pulled up. I guess I did this. So let's move this back there. Maybe a little more. Okay, maybe some little. Oh. Okay. That should be good. So up here, that's where the cross current. We can even probably say the reason that this didn't actually continue is because there was a cross current and it was too far from like the center of mass to grow outwardly, I guess, of this structure's center of mass, even though this is where the center of mass of the layer. So like this current seems to be between two layers. One like a hot mantle type of layer, and the other like a cold crust type layer. So there's like also a cross energy exchange between the layers, probably, which is participating in this process, I'd imagine. But it crosses between the layers, not quite at the nucleus. So this current coming across probably wasn't quite at the nucleus, and coupled with like the center of the current was probably just off center enough. And it may be, it probably even is, that it was off center enough Not because like the nucleus was off center, but because that's how like the nucleus became really like where this all was epicentered at is just off center from this and in the direction of these like sifuncles, like essentially. So like the current was flowing across the whole of it, but it was, and all of it was probably very like relatively uniform, where anywhere could have formed a nucleus. But essentially, because it was flowing across that region, and these like just moved the nucleus a little towards them. Created a pocket where there's like a back pressure, right? Let's go to that other one. This one, where they go around and then they push this way. So they start like moving the center of the nucleus in this direction. And then we see like here again, so we right past this dendrite region, we see it stop dendriting and go back to more like a smooth, like more not like chaotic where a lot of energy was flowing, but more laminar flows probably, but still like a lot of flows, just more laminar. And maybe, so then we start to see this, and then we see like piles as well as like channels through the piles. And maybe this is representative of something. I was thinking I called this the jawbone, but this may be, although I think it's this. Let's find the thing again. There it is. There we go. So cool that this thing is ready to go for this. Channel. Let's see if it does this at all for any detectably way. It doesn't seem to, so maybe I'm mistaken on it being detectable. Oh, was that the brain? When it turned around, we see behind it's the brain, but it's the nucleus, like right there. Or was it there? Where was it? Or was it like the old nucleus? Oh, where is it? It's like here. Yeah, it's like right next to this one. It's like right there. So maybe this is in some fashion the nucleus, and this is not the nucleus, and I'm mistaken. This is the actual nucleus, but and this is like a major support pivot point because it's like the final part of the shell that's formed. That's all part of this system, and over here is kind of another less part of this ammonite portion of the surrounding matrix. So this is like that purple section. This is like that gray section. There's a channel here. Let's draw it. Let's draw this channel. This flow over here also wraps around down this way along this channel. And it kind of fades away even, interestingly. And then it goes here. So we got pretty much all the features, and then even this little, maybe this region. I didn't know it's this retractor muscle. I mean, I guess if it's a channel on the other side, then it looks like there's also a channel that cuts through here and cuts this way right to the nucleus. So I guess this is the actual nucleus here. Let's draw it in green here, maybe, or like the center of gravity of this is at least. So maybe I'm a little mistaken. That actually that makes sense. No, I don't think I can individually erase that. Let's just see if I can erase this green. Just erases the whole area. Okay, that green is not like the true nucleus, although this looks again like a lesser dense region than this region, almost like another system doing a similar thing where it has like a positive negative as part of a whole. Like positive, negative, positive, negative. In terms of like more mass, less mass, like high density, low density. And then, so instead, this spiral probably comes around here, and comes around here to spiral into here, rather than this being the actual nucleus. This is where, like, if we pull that ammonite up, like there, or the under nucleus. I guess this one is the chakra we see right in front, like right at the front point is right there. Where this one is that big old blob in the back that it doesn't show for very long. Maybe we can find a better, longer lasting image of it. Like go to the paper even, I guess. Buy this article. See how they reduce the capacity for free flow of information. But like, maybe let's look at some cross sections. Oh, these spirals. Thanks for reducing the free flow of information, guys. Pardon me. I know doing so has led to many things where I have to look elsewhere. Oh, that's cool how that one had spirals underneath it. Sad face. That one might be really revealing. Whoa. Look at the polygons. Oh, and they even have like an eye there. This one is Australia. What the fuck? What? Like this white section is like this blue section. I wonder if it's like missing this part here. So I mean, I guess this is just how they form like commonly, because this is how the currents are flowing through some just uniform like slab that like once a current flows through it in this manner like can just cause rotation of the material to really essentially separate along just physics paths to a point where like how do we see this bigger? Whoa. I mean, this it says slice made of broken cast in resin, so they just cast this. Pardon me, I'm gonna get a little ahead of myself. Okay, fine. Still, it is revealing pretty much this is that just is good job just being Australia there. Because it really does have that structure of the eye down there. And then this thing. So I guess maybe that's like a reverse shape ammonite. I would love to find that image. Hopefully this isn't copyright protected. if this is copyright protected, I'll remove it because they will be like, video blocked. Ooh, so we can even see here, since we know now that a current is flowing like between two layers, or essentially maybe underneath a layer, that then like it's carving into the layer due to a current flowing that then carved into it there because of whatever reason, maybe resistances due to the vortex. Where is this? This is what I want to see right here. We'll wait. We'll wait. When seen in bright light, these dark areas can be seen. Semi-translucent rock during burial. This is like the chaotic region where the currents flow, so it's still just got energy in it. It's stored energy. Not quite as much over here. Here's not as like, it's quite at the center, I guess. It's more just getting pushed out energy that reaches the maximum point that the structure remains stable, and after that it's kind of probably recycled into this current. This was the chamber where the Ammonite lived. I mean, that really does point generally to the final chamber there, pretty much. So that's what it says. Internal anatomy from 3D X-ray and neutron scanning. Siphuncle here around the edge, so it goes around the edge. Enters, goes around the edge. I guess it does really go around an edge too. Like it cuts in probably, but it also goes around the edge, which is probably why there's frequently crossovers between streams like that and shalligrams and such, because there's a similar process creating the vortex where there's a current and then a cross current that is meeting the resistance of the current and separating outward and then creating the structure. Which is probably just always, it's just on a scale large enough of a current. Like this current is large enough cutting across that it begins to deflect the current coming in like way back here. It cuts like in Australia. So like it deflects this way and this way, where the current is like really here. So this region, it doesn't reach. It just doesn't get here. It deflects around it. Whereas on a different scale, like that's happening, but it's probably, I'm thinking if I can find an example where like a collision like here, like it's the same thing over here at the Himalayas. This is coming, colliding, or these are more head on, I guess. That one's cross stream. Cross stream. Here's kind of cross stream. They're not quite head on, although actually they are pretty head on. You know what I'm saying. Okay. Let's find this again. Okay. So basically it goes early, leaves a chunk there to kind of cause two flow paths into it and out. That's what's happening. It's allowing, I mean, maybe it's actually before here, so it's more like in the matrix still. Although maybe not. Maybe it goes this way, inward. Well, either way, I think it just spirals inward by the deflection. Let's look at that. Spirals inward. So I didn't draw that red right. I guess maybe let's go ahead and add a little detail. Red, just a pencil thing. Go this way with it. Okay. And then this one though, let's just follow it. Let's just follow it. Essentially, it's the outer part though, like here probably. To a degree, like where it's visible, maybe not the whole duration of it, depending on like cross currents. Like right here, it's probably not. It's missing. Here, it's missing. So maybe let's redraw it. Let's redraw it. Let's assume cross currents. Cross current. Cross current. Maybe cross current. Something like that, maybe. Okay. Come here. Let's hit play. Okay, so we got this is here, is these green ones. And then this yellow chunk is probably this larger positive one, which maybe, or maybe it's this. Could it be this? I don't know, maybe. This could be that green part, although I really think let's go back. The green part is called a retractor muscle, where this one is for sure current. It's for sure current, so for sure this is the retractor muscle. This green thing is for sure this. So let's see. What is that up there? Okay, so we got this thing is there. There's maybe forming something up there. Because of resistance in this region. Because the currents are kind of going this way. I wonder if there's like a common feature like this. Like an opening. Let's see, can I rotate this whole image? Wrong way. Maybe make it make sense a little. Just kind of compare it. Got a more the angle they show it at. Maybe even another 10 degrees or something. Oops. Oh. I keep doing the wrong way. Maybe even another. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Okay. Let's go here. Maybe this is where all that is then. I might be mistaken on this stuff, or maybe it's like happens more than once. Let's see. I mean, this is where like the intense stuff is, so that really does seem to be here. Go away, box. uh. Actually, let's just slow it down and just play it. In case it has sound I'm not hearing. I can't even mouse over it. Okay, so this is that top dendrite portion. I'm pretty sure. I feel good about that. And this stuff, because it's just mass here, which makes sense. That's just mass. Pretty much just a bulk of mass in a separated fashion. Bulk of mass in a separated fashion. Channels. Maybe even the mass down there we're seeing, like all this stuff. Notably, this channel is like precisely along like the perpendicular. Like it's not spreading out that much, so it's creating like this kind of shape, which is so crazy that it does it in 2 dimensions and 3 dimensions. Like, what? Okay, once I finish playing this at half speed, let's say, 'cause that's a little slow. Maybe, yeah, whatever. So they're looking at that ammonite. Yep. I think this is it. I think this covers this ammonite like extremely. Like these are the matching positions in Australia's underlayer, basement rock, whatever it may be exactly, which I think is ultimately just oceanic crust maybe, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Whatever this material is, that is probably relatively it's either uniform in material and spread out, or it's like different in material. So it's just not has voids around it, which makes sense. Like a current flowed, so it's probably got voids here and material here. So relative voids, all things being relative, of course. So let's go back to that ammonite that I was looking at, like this kind, and real quick. Maybe I'll just do this real quick. So are there like eyes? I guess it has an eye. Is this the eye? It even has an eye of like a snake head. Like this is the snake head. And that makes sense for why there's a snake head, because this current here appears, I might be mistaken, this red one actually comes up here and through here and through here and around. making the snakehead. And probably also back out a little bit and this way. Where it then maybe merges over here. If it does that part, I don't know. Okay, dudes. And dudettes. I think that's pretty persuasive. Thanks for listening. It's a pleasure having an opportunity to help. I'm just trying, guys. Trying to help. I got an opportunity to help. Why would I not? Obviously, we really would benefit from this information. We benefit from other things that are based on having knowledge versus not having the knowledge, like toilets. Or maybe not. Maybe that's a detriment, though. Like, it causes us not to like reach our potential, having certain things that come from this type of thing. So it's always that two option, like razor's edge. What could it be going on, really, kind of thing. But I mean, that's why I just have faith in the greater power that is, which I really think is you guys and gals in the future, with me participating and us like really playing a like godly role as one collective. So we like understand as a collective, like in a peacetime where everything's cool, that we are all like shaping this. Like, my life is shaped by you guys in the future across the board and in this life, but actually literally communicating through your present selves from the future. That's how fucking cool the future is, dudes.